Dive into the heart of the Congo, among the Mongo people, where leopards are more than wild beasts. They are sacred guardians. In this mythic tale, a skilled hunter falls under the spell of a mysterious woman, only to discover she is no ordinary human, but a leopard spirit. Through forbidden love, betrayal, magic, and sacrifice, witness a marriage that challenges the boundary between human and spirit. This is the Leopard Bride of the Congo. What you'll learn: the sacred role of the leopard among the Mongo people and its spiritual symbolism. How oral tradition shapes myth, identity, and beliefs. The power of love, deception, and redemption in folklore. The Congo night is alive. Moonlight filters through canopy, giant trees, whispers of leaves, eyes that glint in the darkness. For centuries among the Mongo people, the leopard is more than predator, a sacred protector, an omens bearer, a spirit of the forest they call Ngo. It guards the boundary between the seen and unseen, between mortal men and the ancient world. They say the jungle has memory. Hidden rivers carry the echoes of ancestors, and somewhere in those shadows walks the leopard mistress, a being of fur and bone and spirit, both beautiful and terrifying. The tribal elders tell of times when the leopard came in human form to guide, to punish, or to love. Among them, stories whisper that a leopard's skin is forbidden for some and holy for others. A touch of its fur can heal, its wrath can curse. Tonight's story begins with a hunter named Mambo. His hands are scarred from bowstrings, his eyes sharp like eagle claws. He hunts not just for food, but for honor. His tribe respects him for bringing down beasts, but his heart is unsettled, haunted by dreams. A woman's soft voice above the roar of the forest, eyes glowing gold. He believes he glimpses something unnatural, shape-shifting in moonlight. He does not yet know it is the leopard. It starts with loss. Mambo's younger sister falls ill. Smallpox spreads. Superstition heights. The elders call for sacrifices. Mambo ventures into the forbidden forest, seeking the leopard protector to intercede. He enters with caution. Every twig snap, every breath of wind could be spirit or beast. He calls out, voice trembling. A soft rustle answers. Then she appears. On a forest clearing illuminated by moon and phosphorescent moss stands a woman, lithe, fierce, fur-patterned cloak, golden eyes. Her voice, both human, both unearthly. Mambo feels his heart thunder, caught between awe, fear, and something deeper. Mambo retreats, but the image of the woman lingers in his mind. Back in his village, he cannot shake her song echoing in ears, the scent of wild blossoms, the memory of gold-glinting eyes in the shadow. Villagers whisper he has been touched by spirit. But Mambo scorns fear. He is a hunter. He demands logic. He checks his traps, sharpens his spear, hunts antelope and wild pig, yet each kill tastes hollow. One night he returns to the forest edge, following the scent of jasmine and dusk. There she waits at the riverbank, washing hair in moonlight, fur cloak draped, skin gleaming. She speaks of a promise that the leopard watches over the forest because humans are forgetting respect. She says her name is Ngara. She laughs, a sound like wind and falling petals. She warns him, come close, but do not stare at her legs under the cloak. Do not pry. Respect the boundary. Mambo is torn. He is drawn by beauty, compassion, curiosity. He shares with her tales of his sister, the village, the fever that grips their people. She listens. She offers healing roots, whispers secrets of forest herbs, and he begins to believe she is more than spirit, maybe savior. Yet nights in the village grow darker. The smallpox spreads. The elders blame witchcraft. Some say Momble has angered Ngo by consorting with forest spirits. A rival hunter named Kabilo, proud, dismissive, says that Momble wastes his time chasing shadows, opens the village to danger. Tensions grow between belief and fear, between what is seen and what is whispered. Momble's attraction to Ngara deepens. He sneaks out under cover of darkness to meet her by moonlit pools. She shows him sacred springs, tells him of ancient rituals, how a leopard skin is placed on the chief's council chair to symbolize Ngo's presence, how hunters must pay respect, leave offerings, honey, beads, the first kill's liver. He begins to see strange signs, paw prints in places no leopard should reach, ghostly roars far off, the trees bending as if acknowledging her passage. She can shift. Under moonlight, her limbs elongate, fur appears, then disappears. Sometimes she vanishes entirely, leaving only echo of laughter. Kabilo grows jealous. The village watches, uneasy. Elders whisper that Momble is betraying tribal law, courting danger. Some say Ngara is a curse, others a blessing. Momble is torn. He wants to believe in love, in spirit, but the fear of taboo, of angering No, of losing his place among men, weighs heavy. In one moonless night, Momble follows Ngara farther than ever, deep into forbidden territory where no human has ventured. The forest thickens, vines winding like fingers, shadows move, flickers of eyes. He senses that whatever she is, her world is not his. Under a full moon in a sacred clearing, the transformation happens. Ngara removes her cloak, fur shimmers across her shoulders, limbs become sleek, powerful, claws retracting into nails, voice echoing with primal echo. Momble watches, breath frozen between horror and wonder. She is leopard, wild and proud, and human, soft and gentle. She reveals her truth. Born of forest spirits, her lineage bound to Ngo, protector of Mongo lands. Her dual nature exists to guard the balance. Humans who respect the forest are safe. Those who defile it suffer. She had come to Mombele because he was brave, respectful, because he didn't just take but also listen. Mombele is awed, but also fearful. This revelation breaks all he thought he knew. Does he run? Does he embrace this being whose heart is wild? He wants to speak, but voice fails. In that silence, the forest breathes around them. Then conflict. Kabilo and some hunters discover them. They see Ngara in leopard form. They fire arrows. Branches snap. Ngara leaps, swift as lightning. She protects Momble, turning into human to shield him, into leopard to defend. The clash. Hunter's arrow pierces her shoulder. She roars. Momble is torn between defending her and protecting his village. The boundary between human world and spirit world blurs. Wounded, Ngara retreats. She vanishes into the forest, leaving Momble bleeding emotionally and physically. The arrow in her flesh becomes a wound in the land. Rivers dry, crops fail, the smallpox spreads further. The villagers blame Momble. The elders say he has broken the sacred pact, that Ngara's anger must be appeased with ritual sacrifice, but no one knows what sacrifice will suffice. Kabilo seizes the moment, promises the elders he can hunt the leopard and bring its skin as a trophy, hopes for honor and power. Momble falls into despair. His sister dies. His love seems irretrievable. But in his mourning he hears voices in dream, the forest calling, whispering of trials he must endure, of a path of redemption. One dream, Ngara appears spectral, her leopard self shimmering, but chained by vines, wounded. She tells him, "Go to the heart tree, find the root that bleeds life, bring it, show humility, endure the test of the river of shadows." Only then will she trust again. Only then will the spirit and human worlds be reconciled. With resolve born of love and guilt, Momble sets out alone. Mamble's journey is treacherous. He leaves behind village, home, comforts. He steals through dense undergrowth, crosses rivers that drag at his legs, climbs ridges where air is thin. Spirits of the forest test him, a phantom child that cries for help but vanishes. A night bird whose song lures him to cliffs, whispers in the wind, "Stay, mortal, forget." He meets helpers, the old herbalist who remembers ancient songs, a blind seer who smelled the leopard's scent, a talking monkey who guides him across quicksand, and finally, the horse of the forest, a magical steed whose eyes glow amber that enables him to ride swiftly past danger. At the river of shadows he must cross alone. Shadows are memories, regrets, guilt, fear. Water threatens to pull him down. He cries for Ngara. The river answers in whispers. He almost drowns, but grips the bleeding root from the heart tree, its juices glowing. He forces himself out, changes inside, cleansed, humbled, transformed by pain and love. Returning to the sacred clearing, Mambel finds Ngara waiting, but not fully healed. The forest is on edge, trees leaning, animals silent. The villagers, led by elders, accompany behind, bearing offerings. Honey, cola nuts, feathers, beads, and whispering apologies. Kabilo stands apart, ashamed or enraged, not sure which. A ritual begins. The elders chant in language ancient, calling no, invoking protection, calling for forgiveness. Mambele kneels. Ngara, in her human leopard form, stands. He offers the root that bleeds life. She accepts, placing a clawed hand into his. Flames, fireflies, and forest lights swirl. The wound in her shoulder begins to close. They marry, not as man and woman only, but as bridge between worlds. The union is marked. Leopard hide laid upon the altar, offerings to both human ancestors and forest spirits. A rain begins softly, then thunder rolls, interpreted as Ngo's blessing, the sky weeping for joy. Kabilo steps forward. He would kill the leopard spirit to claim glory, but Ngara shifts. Her eyes blaze. She stares him down. Kabilo hesitates. The spirit world intervenes. Lightning splits a tree. Leopard roar echoes. Kabilo flees. No bloodshed. Love triumphs over fear. With the union, the land begins to heal. Rains return. Crops sprout. Smallpox counts drop. Rivers swell. Forests sighs. Mambel and Ngara live between two worlds. Some nights she hunts as leopard. Others she strides among humans, teaching balance, respect, reminding the people that a sacred protector is as much responsibility as gift. Their children bear both her gifts: golden-kissed eyes, agility, empathy for animals, respect for spirits. The villagers build rituals to honor both spirit and mortal, leaving offerings by the forest edge, carving images of the leopard, telling stories to children so the lesson is never lost. And the moral of the myth: when humans open their hearts without fear, when they respect the old ways, the boundary between mortal and spirit can become a place of harmony. Yet breaking the sacred rules brings suffering. Love alone does not suffice. Humility, respect, sacrifice are the bridges. As moonlight filters through the leaves, even now, somewhere in Congo, storytellers speak of the Leopard Bride. Children gasp when the forest roars. Elders nod when the leopard passes. Because some stories are not just tales. They are warnings, they are guides, they are alive.